The best healthcare is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
Meet TAP, the Transit Assistance Program. TAP makes transit more affordable for people with lower incomes, with rides for just $1. To apply, it's easy. First, go to metrotransit.org/TAP to fill in your info. Then snap. Take a quick pic of your ID and one other accepted document, like an EBT card. Then tap, submit your application, and after getting approved, you'll get your TAP Go-To card mailed to you in about a week. Finally, load money on your card, then hop on any bus or light rail train to get where you're going for less. Apply in a few minutes and start saving money today. Learn more at metrotransit.org/TAP.
It's Not Your Fault is a podcast for parents, caregivers, and young people navigating the world and its challenges. Here's your host, Brandon Jones.
Greetings and welcome back to another installment of It Is Not Your Fault, a Team Mental Health podcast. I'm Brandon Jones. On today's episode, we're talking about mindfulness and meditation during the summer with your adolescents and the importance of utilizing mindfulness and meditation. As you can see, this summertime, I have some unnecessary fog on my glasses, but that's not going to stop the podcast from rocking. So for those of you who are viewing the podcast visibly here on YouTube, you are seeing the fog on my glasses, but we're going to keep rocking and rolling. So I wanted to bring up this topic because I've had a few parents during the dialogue talk about what are some ways to help our kids maintain their mental and emotional health over the summer, without the regulation of school, without kind of the normal routine that young people are used to. How are young people going to maintain themselves? And honestly, my answer was, going back to mindfulness activities and meditation. And I'll be completely transparent and honest. I'm not the biggest mindfulness person. I'm not the biggest meditation person. Meditation is actually a difficult task for myself, but I do recognize the benefits that meditation and mindfulness practices has in the lives of many people, and I've seen it work for others. So in one essence, I'm not 100% practicing what I preach. I'll tell you a little bit about what I do. But I am preaching something that's a method that I know that works for folks. So I want to make sure that there's a clear understanding that I am not your meditation guru. That is not my jam. But my jam is being able to find mindfulness practices from time to time that work for me. I'll open up and share some of my mindfulness practices. One thing that I learned as a young person is that music is a very calming mechanism for myself. I remember always trying to find a pair of headphones, and back in my day, we had Walkman and Discman. I am a millennial, so we had Discman, and we would have these little wired headphones with the black foam on the end and the metal piece over the head. Those were very much a cherished item for myself when it came to dysregulating or trying to regulate from being dysregulated. And zone out, as I used to call it, given the nature of the things that were happening in my home or in my community. So music was always the thing. I remember making mixtapes by recording songs off of the radio. Later on, when CDs came in, I remember burning CDs and making my own little mixes. I think I had a collection called Headbangers or Headbangers. I'm pretty sure it was in the volume. It was like I had like Headbangers, like volume 57. Like it was up there. I was making a lot of mixed CDs because music was such a necessary part of my development and my growth. And really just my mindfulness state. So music has become a huge piece, and I still use it to this day. One of the big investments that I put into, I usually don't buy products that are this expensive, but especially when there's cheaper options. But I bought a pair of, they're actually right here, Apple headphones. I put some cool little stickers on mine. but I bought these $500 headphones, and people are probably like, "What the heck? You bought $500 headphones? Man, you must be balling. You must be out of control." But it was something I saved for, and I did because I wanted to find something that I knew would just zone me out from the rest of the world. And boy, those headphones, it's been worth it. I've had them now pretty much since these headphones came out. So it's been a few years, and I would say, that's my go-to. When I'm stressed out, I'll put those things on, and you can't hear anything. Sometimes it's a little scary though. You can't hear anything. I actually seen a young lady walking with some recently downtown Minneapolis, and I'm like, dang man, she's walking around with those headphones on. Like I could do that because my level of anxiety and hypervigilance, I need to hear a little bit. But when I'm at home, and I'm in my spaces of comfort, definitely zoning out is something that I like to do. But that comes from my childhood, being in a stressful environment, seeing domestic violence, even in my community where there's arguing and fighting and music and dogs and just ambulance and all types of noises, sirens, that stimulus or stimuli that you get. Sometimes you need to disconnect from some of those things. So that's what I would often do, is find disconnects, and that music was one of my things. So that's a mindfulness practice. The music is also morphed into like podcasts and YouTube videos, and audiobooks now. So I'll spread it out and do different things. It just kind of depends on the mood that I'm in, but definitely having a pair of headphones over the ears are my preference, to zone out is something that I definitely do. But this is not about me. This is about our kids, right? This is about how do they manage and how do they maintain during the summer. So I wanted to share. I put together some things in writing, and this will be on the Facebook page. Make sure you check out "It Is Not Your Fault" podcast on Facebook, where this article that I wrote will be posted, as well as other episodes of the podcast. And I said this: the importance of adolescents using mindfulness and meditation. Adolescence is a critical period marked by rapid physical, emotional, and psychological changes. During this time, young people face numerous challenges, including academic pressures, social dynamics, personal identity formation. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation into their routines can provide significant benefit to help them navigate these complexities. Now, during the summer, there's not going to be as much academic pressures as, not during the summer. But the social dynamics and the personal identity formation is something that you definitely see over the summer as people navigate friend groups, parties, activities, things of that nature. They're really trying to figure themselves out. So, mindfulness and meditation can be helpful. So, here are some benefits of mindfulness and meditation. It can definitely improve your mental health or emotional well being. What I mean by that? Well, mindfulness can has been proven to reduce anxiety and stress. Various different mindfulness practices help to promote relaxation and present moments of awareness for people. So, helping you understand what situations you're dealing with and how you're dealing with these things. It can enhance your emotional regulation. That's how I utilize it. And that encourages better control over emotions, reducing the incident of mood swings and emotional burnout. And then also it can alleviate depression, which oftentimes mindfulness exercises have been shown to decrease depressive symptoms. So low mood, low activity, things of that nature. Mindfulness practices have been linked to improved academic performance. If one of the classic studies is using classical music during study time for kids, and how that has been linked to improving test scores of folks, increasing focus and concentration, and improved memory. So it can also help you with your memory. So as academic performance as well. Physical health is another one. Better sleep, and a reduction of physical elements has also been linked to constructive meditation and mindfulness. Now, those are great benefits. Everybody doesn't have those benefits the same. And as I said, I struggle with this. I do not meditate well. I learned this the hard way, probably about 10 years ago, especially when things like self-care were starting to really get talked about. People were forcing us to do them in workplace settings, like meditating before meetings started and things. And I realized I don't do well sitting in silence. Like my brain, and maybe it's just because I'm so device dependent. like I will fall asleep. I've actually known this about myself for a while. Like I don't go to movie theaters very often because I am the guy snoring and disrupting your experience in the movie. Like I can't sit in silence very long. Like my brain just like shuts down when it's completely silent. I need some stimuli to keep me going. It's kind of weird. So when it's time to meditate, I can give you probably a good maybe 90 seconds, and then I'm out. I'm out cold. So it doesn't happen as well or as effectively. Now, how do we incorporate these things? So, how do we incorporate mindfulness and meditation? Start small. This is where I had to start. Even though I don't do the 90 seconds anymore, I could probably get up to about 3 minutes, but it's always not the most effective. So, begin in short sessions, use guided meditation, and gradually increase the duration of comfort of practicing as you grow. So that's the first thing is to start small. Number two, make it a routine. Don't just try one thing. You have to be consistent. You have to have a level of continuation to make it really fit and try new things too. So once you find that thing that works for you, keep using it, keep doing it. Don't be afraid to use technology. I know a lot of people want to run from screens. Parents are trying to get young people to get away from screens, but leverage the apps and online resources we do have because there's a lot of good tools out there to utilize. Practice mindfulness activities. Again, try new things, yoga, walking, different breathing exercises, things of that nature. One of my favorite things to utilize is something called volcano breaths. And volcano breaths are very easy, where you take in a deep breath, you hold it in for a few seconds, and then you push it on out. That's something that you can teach to very young children, but it works well as well for adolescents for sure. And then a few tips for parents and educators, the folks who are engaging with young people. Demonstrate mindfulness. You got to lead by example. Sometimes we don't do that. We just say, you do this thing. Don't worry about what I do. Stay out of grown folks' business. And we know that's not the most effective tool that is out there. Create a supportive environment. So when you do see a young person doing that, doing their meditation or their mindfulness practices, give them space, allow them to move forward and do what they need to do. Encourage a space, provide a space, remove yourself, remove distractions if possible. Those are always helpful. And then, as I always state, have open engagement and communication. The best thing that we can do is talk to the young people in their lives because sometimes they don't feel like they have a voice. And when they do have a voice is when they are doing something they're not supposed to be doing. And then we get upset and then we want to punish them. So make sure you're keeping an open line of communication to talk about some of the things that are stressing out the kids or the things that they're dealing with, to help them have again encouraging a opportunity really for them to express themselves and what's going on and what's happening. So mindfulness and meditation offer a powerful toolkit for adolescents to handle the pressures and challenges of growing up, especially during the summertime. By integrating these practices on a daily basis, young people can enjoy and improve their emotional and mental states. They can also improve their academics, and you can enhance emotional well-being. So I am encouraging these habits. I'm encouraging you to engage in them with young people, and encourage them to do them themselves. So that's today's podcast. We're going to wrap up there. Be sure to check out the Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, go on the search, type in It's Not Your Fault podcast, where you'll find the article that I wrote, as well as other articles and other episodes of the podcast, and just good resources in general. Make sure you go ahead and like that. But you can check us out in two other ways as well at my personal website, www.jegna.org. That's www.jegna.org. And then, of course, if you want to connect with other cool podcasters like myself and other cool podcasters that offer great content, check out ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. That's ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. Until next time, be safe, be constructive, and be well. We'll talk to you. Peace.
To check out previous episodes of It's Not Your Fault, or to learn more about Brandon Jones, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Are you up to date with your COVID-19 vaccine? Make sure you're current. That's important for every member of your family, since the vaccine is recommended for everyone, starting with babies at the age of 6 months. There are newer variants of the virus that are circulating in our communities right now. Vaccines will protect you and your family against serious illness. Even if you were vaccinated in the past, you may still need the updated 2023 to 2024 COVID-19 vaccine. Have questions? Talk to your trusted healthcare provider about your concerns and ask them for information about the vaccine.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits, so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
In this job, I challenge myself and grow.
At Lutheran Social Service of Minnesota, Kelly makes a difference.
We see people, not disabilities. I'm here for them.
Lutheran Social Service is now hiring direct support professionals to work in our homes and empower people in our community. The work is rewarding, and so are the benefits. Full-time direct support professionals receive medical, dental, and vision plans, matched retirement savings, paid time off, and more.
LSS is a great organization. They recognize my talents and my desire to grow.
Kelly has advanced to a job as a training specialist, working with new employees to prepare them to support people with disabilities.
We're neighbors helping neighbors. So do work that matters. Grow with us.
Find your meaningful career at Lutheran Social Service, named a top workplace by employees. Learn more at lssmn.org/immediate openings. Ask about the hiring bonus. You might be eligible for up to $2,000.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Are you a woman known as a good listener? Do you have skills in de-escalating situations? Are you what they call a people person? Then the Minneapolis Police Department would like to meet you. Now in a rebuilding phase, the Minneapolis Police Department is recruiting more women to wear the badge. The department offers career options for women with a high school diploma or GED. There are also opportunities for women with 2- and 4-year degrees who are ready to apply their skills in new ways. Police work makes a great second career for social workers, teachers, nurses. Women in their 30s and 40s are welcome to apply. There's no age cap. You'll be paid while you train and mentored by veteran women officers invested in your success. Minneapolis also welcomes current police officers to join the state's largest department. Make a difference on the streets, working in your community, in a career with competitive salaries and generous benefits. Go to minneapolismn.gov and search police jobs to find out more.
If you live in an older home, it may contain lead-based paint on walls, woodwork, and windows. Even more bad news, lead exposure can be dangerous to young children and impact their brain development. And now, the good news. Hennepin County will fix lead hazards in your home at no cost to you.
We were worried because of the paint in the windows in the bedroom. They were peeling and chipping, and we know that when paint peels and chips and it looks a certain way, that's possibly lead. We were worried for our children more so than anything.
Eligible homes can qualify for up to $15,000 in upgrades. You may even qualify for new energy-efficient windows. Don't worry, Hennepin County has a trusted list of pre-approved contractors. You won't even have to find companies with correct licenses or certifications.
I've just done a test and it's positive. So we know that this is lead-based paint, and then we know it's a hazard because it's creating dust every time this window moves and opens. And if you look in here, that's just full of lead paint chips.
You won't have to stay with your cousin while you're getting the lead out. Hennepin County even pays for you and your family to stay in a hotel while the work is underway. The last good news is how easy it is to apply. Just go to hennepin.us/lead control to get started.
I'm really happy with the program. We can go to bed knowing that our children are safe.
That's hennepin.us/lead control. Tell your friends about it.